How to get rich in the 2022 recession. Hi guys, today we're going to talk about different ways of how to get rich in the 2022 recession. And how to position yourself to be ready when opportunities present themselves so that you can do everything possible to get rich in the 2022 recession. Right now is potentially going to be a once-in-a-generation opportunity to build wealth. If you develop the right game plan, it could be one of the easiest times to increase your net worth dramatically. Many wealthy people have become wealthy as a result of recessions in the past. And it doesn't take much to realize that we're at the beginning stages of a recession. A lot of the headlines say companies are bracing for a recession. Many companies are cutting costs and jobs in big numbers. It all sounds very negative, but recessions happen regularly. And if you know what you're doing, you could set yourself up for the rest of your life through some incredible opportunities and discounts. Before we get into how to get rich in the 2022 recession, let's discuss what to expect throughout these next 12 to 24 months. And the best benefits that you would be able to take advantage of today and what to do to make sure you're able to make as much money as possible. Before we talk about what to do, let's talk about the challenges you're going to face so you're prepared as the recession starts. Generally, recessions are accompanied by a significant rise in unemployment, a reduction in salaries with a loss in consumer confidence and a decline in values with everything from stocks, real estate, and prices coming down in many different industries. Lately, companies have been reducing expenses and bracing for slow or even negative growth. Then there are layoffs. When consumers earn less, they also spend less. And when companies see less demand, they begin to scale back on their expenses, with usually employees being the first to get fired. Bank of America recently said that the U.S. economy will soon start losing 175,000 jobs per month. How could all this negativity help us make money? First, stocks. As of now, all three major indexes are down between 20 and 30%, with analysts like JP Morgan who believe that we have another 20% to go. But first we have to talk about number 2, real estate. Even though every area is different and some locations might continue to flourish, housing value declines on a national level are actually very rare. If you look at the last 60 years, there have only ever been a few times where prices meaningfully fell more than 10%. But all the media outlets are saying that national housing prices are going to decline 7%, with a worst-case decline of 10 to 15% if interest rates continue to increase. Of course, every market is going to be different, and according to Moody's Analytics, the most vulnerable markets could see significant declines, including parts of Florida, Arizona, Idaho, and California, with the decline lasting another 12 to 18 months before bottoming out. Now, in the big picture, it's probably not going to make that big of a difference for anybody with a fixed-rate mortgage who intends to stay in their property for another 5 to 10 years. But for anyone looking to invest or buy a house, we may begin to see some deals starting to come on the market, which we'll cover shortly. Before we get into the amazing deals that are already beginning to come on the market, we have to talk about cash. Up until now, the idea that cash in the bank is wasting away to inflation, but that's not as popular now as it was a few years ago. Because when every other asset is falling in price, sometimes cash could be the safest place to store your wealth. Even billionaire Ray Dalio admits that cash is no longer trash. The truth is, cash is now becoming such a significant part of the portfolio that even fund managers are holding on to the highest amount of cash since 2001. Citigroup said that cash is the only asset that investors could use as a recession hedge. So regarding what you could do about this to make money and why so many people never take advantage of what's about to come, here's what you need to know to potentially make this next recession a once-in-a-generational wealth-building opportunity. Everything becomes less expensive during a recession. Some people get nervous and say it's a bad time to invest because values are falling. A wealthy person would see this as an opportunity to be able to buy companies or real estate for a discount. Warren Buffett said, "When stocks go down and you can get more for your money, people don't like them anymore, but as we have seen, this is when Mr. Buffett buys stocks." So first, you have to change your mindset. Because a falling market could work to your advantage. When times are difficult, companies scale back and cut spending. They play it safe, but this opens the door for smaller, more aggressive companies to stand out and take their place. There was a study done among 16,000 companies, and the companies who continued to advertise had positive growth years after the recession ended. So there are many opportunities in a recession. In a way, a recession takes out the weaker companies. Patrick Bet-David made an interesting comparison, saying that the peak of the market cycle is exactly like a forest. This means that only the largest, most established trees, or most established companies, get access to all the resources, like sunlight, and everything at the bottom has a difficult time competing. and it's hard to grow, but just like natural forest fires, our economy has a way of repeatedly clearing out and bankrupting the companies who no longer are able to sustain themselves, giving opportunities for newer smaller businesses to continue to develop. And after every bear market comes a bull market. As Yahoo Finance said, historically the S&P 500 has fallen an average of 29% around a recession, with a median drop of 24%, but once stocks have found their low, their average return the following year is 40%. This means that investing during the dip is much more profitable than pulling out of the market and waiting. And long term, the market has always recovered throughout history. And finally, you have to act before anyone else knows about it. Sounds easy to think, I'll just invest during a recession, but the truth is recessions are never confirmed until much later. During the recession that began in December of 2007, it was not officially announced until December of 2008. Only a few months before the recession officially ended. Before that, the recession that began in March of 2001, they didn't call it a recession until November later that year, so the point is, you have to keep your eye on the market and what it's doing. Track stock prices and the history of the stock price to try and spot opportunities. Also, track real estate prices. Track how long it's taking to sell real estate in the areas you're interested in. This can be done by a simple Google search of days on market, city name. Regarding how to get rich in the 2022 recession and what I would do to make money is first, scale back in your expenses. Cut back on unnecessary spending and operate lean while tracking your markets of interest. And reinvest as much as possible back into the market. This should also include a plan on what you would do if your income were to drop. How you would make up the difference. If you could take preventative measures ahead of time to protect yourself in case your income does drop, so you could save up some cash now. It's important to protect your career and learn new skills that are in demand in the market, to increase your ability to earn money, and also find more ways to make money online or offline to hedge yourself from any unexpected dips. Although your money is best off invested as soon as possible, there is something to be said about the peace of mind of having cash on the side, just in case of something to fall back on. Also, having that cash saved, you will be ready to jump on any good deals you see, like an undervalued property or stock that has potential to gain value when the market picks up again. At the end of the day, this is going to be your best hedge against whatever happens, because financially, your worst case scenario is not the market crashing, it's the market crashing at the same time that you lose your job and have to sell off your investments for a discount before they have time to recover. So now is the best time to improve yourself, learn new skills and double down on whatever is making you money now. And I would save money, invest it for the long term, and once you have your investments, simply carry on as usual and act like nothing's happening if the values of your investments go down, because this is a long-term plan. When your investments start gaining value in the future is when you'll realize the profit you made by buying low. It's shown that dollar cost averaging, or the practice of buying into the markets on a regular basis, is the most profitable strategy, so stay in the market and continue buying when there's opportunity, but diversify your investments. For example, look into US tech stocks and large caps, and also add international stocks to the mix too. In addition, keep your eye on the real estate market for opportunities and potentially look into investing in real estate like undervalued multifamily units. There might be a good number of tired landlords that just don't want to be landlords anymore, and you may be able to buy some properties for less than they're worth. Use financing to purchase the multifamily properties and come out of pocket for the down payment, or if that's not possible, find a private money lender to loan you the down payment amount. The goal being the rents will pay 100% of your loan on the property and expenses too. Then, as soon as you can, you make small improvements to the property to justify increasing the rent. This will potentially increase the property's value and, as a result, the equity you have in the property. Once you increase the value of your property by making improvements, and as a result your equity will also have increased, you can then refinance your original loan for the new, increased value and cash out your equity to use it to purchase another property. When you refinance and cash out your equity, it's a non-taxable event, because this money is not considered income, and using that money to buy another multifamily property will start growing your real estate portfolio, and will potentially grow your monthly income from the rent you will be collecting. Finally, the equity you have in the first property plus the equity you will start gaining in the second property will add up, with the potential of doing the same thing again, buying a third property, and so on, as you slowly grow your portfolio of cash-producing, multifamily real estate properties. So investing in a variety of different stocks and some real estate will give your investments more legs, and the more legs your portfolio has to stand on, the less likely it's going to collapse, should one or two of them fall out. Now is the time to learn new skills that you could sell, and also to double down on your existing work. If possible, also take on a side hustle, or start a new business, with the goal of having as much cash available, so when you see an opportunity to invest in a stock or in real estate, you're ready to buy it. In addition, join real estate investing groups on Facebook and attend local real estate investor meetings, to network with other investors and get insight on your local market. This will also give you exposure to private money lenders that can loan you the capital to purchase a property, when you find a good deal. If you position yourself correctly, you stand a good chance to be rewarded many times over, by the time the market recovers. It's definitely not going to be easy, but rest assured it will be rewarding for those who stick it out. If you got value from this video, all I ask is for you to like the video below and consider subscribing, so you don't miss all the great World of Insight content we will be putting out very soon. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video.